Well, howdy there, the senior citizen here. Greetings, boys, girls, and all of our non-binary friends, and welcome to this, a brand new day. And remember, no matter who you are valid. Oh boy, I was an idiot, so this isn't going to be a very long video. I had suffered from nerve compression from my spinal stenosis, where the bone of my vertebrae are growing inward toward my spine, and outward around, well, inward around the nerves that go out to my arms. And so for a week, I had been suffering horrible nerve compression symptoms, but I was treating it carefully because I didn't want to be bedridden and I didn't want it to last for a very long time. So for 1 week, I was suffering from these issues, but after that, they were gone. So last Thursday, I was glad. So to celebrate, I started playing Fallout New Vegas. Now, when you're playing a computer game, a modern first-person shooter, or any kind of first-person thing, generally you use your left arm and hand to control your movement using the keyboard, and your right to use the looking with the mouse. You have to stretch out your left arm so that your hand rests on the keyboard, and then move your hand and fingers for extended periods of time in that position, hours at a time, in that unnatural, extended, stretched out position where you're using all of your muscles and nerve impulses. Sunday afternoon, I started suffering from nerve compression issues again. It was only afterward that I went, well, duh. No wonder I'm suffering from nerve compression issues. So great. And yeah, excuse me, I need to walk to the hospital so I can get myself an appointment made. Because doing it by phone, I have to stand and I have to hold the phone up to my arm. I hold my arm up to my ear in an unnatural position, and this causes problems nerve compression wise. So the easiest and best way for me to do this is to walk to the hospital. It's only about a mile away. It has been raining almost constantly for quite some time. My shoes are unfortunately cheap-ass Walmart shoes, and I've been walking on them for a couple months now. There are holes in them. When I go out walking, when it's raining or wet, my feet get soaked. And I don't want to spend hours at the hospital with soaked feet, or go there for 2 minutes and then walk and come back with soaked feet. But, I mean, you gotta do what you gotta do. So I'm likely to head down there very soon, because all I gotta do is put on my other shirt and I am fully dressed, put on my shoes after they dried, because last night I walked to Walmart and came back with soaked feet. So, yay. Anyway though, that's been my life. I've been playing I keep saying Las Vegas, Fallout New Vegas, and enjoying it. One of the reasons that I've been playing it again is there was this one video by one person I watched where ever since it came out, he'd been playing it annually. I imagine probably more than just annually, but at least once a year he plays it. And there are a lot of people that keep playing it and have been playing it for the entire time it's been out, and are still coming across things that they had not found before. New events that they had not come across before. So yeah, I've been replaying it and enjoying it. Definitely a thumbs up there, up until this, so now I can't do that. Which comes down to the more technical and awful part of this. I'm not going to be able to play games. I'm using this as little as I can. I can't control the fact that I have to move my head. So that part of it, there's going to be nerve compression issues because I'm moving my head. That's going to, just natural movement and irritation of the muscles and nerves that are coming out right around in there. Where was I going with that? So I'm doing the best I can. I can't play games that way. I can't even really play board games because doing it with one hand, I mean, even like 8-bit dungeon would be almost impossible because of all the writing and dice rolling that you do. And definitely something like one deck dungeon. Oh my gosh. So really, the only thing that I've got ahead of me, again, each and every time this happens, is being very passive and watching like videos. Because anything else I do, well, to pick up the slack from not being able to use this side, I have to use this side more. And if I go too far using this side, well, the nerve compression is going to take this side out of commission too. Life is life. I mean, life is life. It's, there was this one video that I had watched. First off, it comes down to, on this one exercise this person's talking about, with you have a stream of consciousness. You are who you were. You have a constant stream of consciousness. And his entire argument was contingent upon that, saying, you know, you could not be atheist, materialistic, and believe in having a constant stream of consciousness, continuous stream of consciousness. His reasoning was extremely fallacious. It all came down to Ship of Theseus. But one of the points of his arguments falls apart completely when you remember that every night you go to sleep, your stream of consciousness breaks. You may dream, you may have brain activity, but your conscious part of your head is turned off. You do not have a continuous stream of consciousness. It is broken up by sleep. So yeah, the entire, because a lot of his argument was, well, you have a continuous stream of consciousness, right? Well, what if we instantaneously and magically copy all the portions of your body and make a new person out of that? You know, which one of those beings would you like to be shot? Well, you'd like it to be the other one, wouldn't you? Well, it's like, well, when you've done that, you've created another person. Because it doesn't matter if it is me and you make a complete, instantaneous, perfect copy of me. The very moment that you are done, that isn't me anymore. Because our consciousness now is beginning to experience different things. It's not the same. Even just being in different parts of the room, because we are experiencing different parts of the room. We are not thinking the same thing. We are now two different people. So why in these arguments do they fall to like murder? Why not, which one of you would like a nice piece of cake? Which one of you would like to do this? It's always, which one of you would we like, do you want to have murdered? It's like, you know, why are you bringing murder into this? So, but anyway, there's a lot of videos about this thing, and it's just, it all comes down to Ship of Theseus. And the whole Ship of Theseus thing, of course, if you're not fully, I mean, I don't know all the intricacies of it. I'm not a philosopher, but layman's understanding it of it is, if you have a ship, a boat, and you slowly replace it plank by plank, but you take those planks and you make another ship out of them, which ship is the original ship? Because that was the original ship until all the parts were replaced, but it's still the ship. It's like if you were given a hammer by your grandfather and you replace the head of it, and it's still got the handle, that's the hammer your grandfather gave you. Oh, the hammer. But then the handle breaks, so you replace the handle. And that's still the hammer your grandfather gave you, but is it? Is it? Neither of those two pieces are the part that was given to you by your grandfather. Is it really that hammer? Philosophical questions. And so that whole, oh, if you replace your atoms, yeah, that's just ship of Theseus. You're adding the stream of consciousness part to it and then not even fully bringing in and understanding the whole stream of consciousness thing. But I'm back to that. So, I wish I could do more. As stated, I'm going to be watching videos because I can't play games digitally. I can't really play games physically, and it's raining outside, so if I go out there, my feet are gonna get soaked and I'm gonna have to dry off my shoes in front of the heater every single time. I'm bored, I'm sore, I'm unhappy because I'm bored and I'm sore, and I need surgery, and that scares me. But, you know, life is life. And as a quick thing on a doomer thing, I was watching one of those reading Reddit post things, and one of the things was about, you know, would you want to play in this one game where it had, you know, you spin the wheel like a video, one of the TV games they have, but one of them is if you hit the red square, you get shot in the head. And there were like mega amounts of money. One of them was like 10 billion. And then, you know, one of them is like 500. But then one of the squares is red. And one of the comments was, well, yeah, I'd do it, but I close my eyes first. And that way, I'd never know if I lost. Which is true. If you lost, boom, but you got your eyes closed. Somebody else's comment was along the lines of, yeah, either you get a nice surprise, or I can't remember how it goes, but the last comment was, yeah, you get a pleasant surprise or you get money, where, you know, the being shot in the head was the biggest goal and prize to be won. Which, all sorts of doomer stuff online, which I engage in. Even at 61, I should know better. But again, I'm 61, born in 1962, and I don't like boomers. I was born kind of boomer age. I've read things that have said if you were born before 1960, you're a boomer. Afterward, you're Gen X. Others that have said 1964 is the cutoff. So I'm born right in that gray area, where I'm old enough to be a boomer, but I'm young enough to have been raised Gen X, which I was. So I've got a Gen X mentality. I do not have a boomer mentality. And I define boomer mentality as, you know, someone who's older, snowflake, conservative, and basically humorless. Unfortunately, because in the comments, I believe it was 77 Arturus was talking about being around people of, you know, a certain age or a certain type would be would be good because you're with like people. I'm not conservative. I'm a leftist. I am surrounded by veterans, most of whom here, as well as we're in Buildington and Port Orchard, are very non-leftist. I'm not a boomer, and politically I don't fit in either. So I don't share my opinions and such, but then I don't go out and mix in with the rest of the world anyway. I've been withdrawing since I was 15 years old. I stopped watching television before 1977, and I've just been pulling away and withdrawing since. So not mixing in and not fitting in is pretty much the way I've lived my life, so it's not different. Yay! It'd be nice, you know, if we got mulligans, if I was able to redo my life, knowing some of the differences and knowing what was going to happen. It'd be interesting. But no, we don't have that. My life has been basically screwed. But, you know, that's been my life, and there's nothing I can do about it now. You got to do what you can do, live the best life you can, and you can't change the world. I mean, you can. There's changes that you can make in the world, but what I mean is one person, you're not going to be able to change the world. You can't change reality. You can't change the way the universe works. One of those things is, you know, we all gonna die. All you can do is change your perception and how you deal with it and how you deal with the world. And if you change how you perceive the world, you change your mental processes. So thumbs up. Anyway though, to every single one of you who is a Patreon patron, and to everybody who is still watching, thumbs up, thank you very much. I know most people don't, but for those of you who do, thank you. But for each and every one of my Patreon patrons, you are beautiful and awesome people. It's gonna be a while still before I can get names up here, but until I do, when you look in the mirror, know that you are beautiful and awesome. And of course, for everybody who has left me comments, I'm not gonna be able to answer them really for a while, but each comment I do read and thumbs up or heart, so thank you very, very much. It is appreciated to no end. So, until we meet again, I'm gonna transfer this from my tablet to my computer and then upload it from there. So there's gonna be some editing because there's a template for my vlogging, and it's like slot in the video and then very, very little editing work after that if I've got situations like this. So there'll be editing. I just wish I could do more. You take care. Have a great day today. Now we'll see you on the flip side, and that is a very good thing.